One more.
There's no public comment.
I know, and she was told. Everyone was told. I'll say it. It's the longest. Watch it on my computer. Yeah, exactly. Hey, there we go. Okay. Welcome to the Town of Orangetown reorganization meeting of 2023. Town clerk on a roll call.
Councilman Tom Divany.
Here.
Councilman Paul Valentine.
Here.
Councilman Jerry Vitari.
Here.
Councilman Brian Donahue.
Here.
Supervisor Teresa Kenny.
Here. And now we will do the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Dennis Troy.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, next we have the Star Spangled Banner performed by Daniel Gurniak.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Okay. Okay, I guess we only have an announcement. It's just the public hearing to consider adopting the Orangetown Comprehensive Plan is moved to January 24th, 2023 at 7:05 PM. On that, I will give my state of the town. We'll do it from here. So welcome to the Town of Orangetown reorganization meeting of 2023, and thank you for allowing me to say a few remarks about the state of our town. As I start the beginning of my 4th year as town supervisor, I can honestly say that there are days when I feel like I just started a few months ago. And then I'm reminded of the early days of COVID and declaration of a state of emergency, and of the dissolution and incorporation of a village into the town, and of Hurricane Ida and the need to set up FEMA Disaster Recovery Center in Orangetown. And suddenly it feels much longer. But despite all of what happened over the last 3 years, we have accomplished a lot. And by we, I mean all of us, the town board, department heads, our staff, and members of the public who have stepped up to volunteer their time to be on boards and committees, and who come to participate at town meetings. So to all of you, I say thank you. Now allow me to highlight just a few of my favorite accomplishments that we've over this last year. In a short few years, Veterans Memorial Park has been given a second life with the installation of the dog park, an all-exclusive playground, permanent pickleball courts, and new exercise equipment. And even more exciting, we're in the final stages of a splash pad. We should be ready for our young residents by early summer. I want to thank Allison Carden from my office, Eamon Riley from DME, and Eric Gordon, Superintendent of Parks and Recreation, for working diligently on this project. As I confess, it was a lot more complicated than I ever expected. Nevertheless, we are on target to start splashing sometime this summer. And who knows, we may even offer an adult-only time at the splash pad. Another favorite of mine, the completion of our first year of the food scrap recycling program, the first town in Rockland County to do so. I know it's not as fun as a splash pad, but over 550 Orangetown families are participating in the program, and just last year, we diverted 95,640 pounds of food waste from the landfills. What many people don't realize is that food scraps are the single largest component in the municipal solid waste stream, and its decomposition produces methane, a greenhouse gas more damaging than carbon dioxide. I am proud that the Orangetown residents are doing their small part for our planet and ask all of you to consider giving it a try. Information about the program can be found on the town website, or you can always contact my office with any questions. I also want to thank Jim Dean, Rockland Green, and Rockland Composters for working with us on this project, as it could not have been done without their cooperation. We also saw the completion of the long-awaited Middletown Road project. Despite the numerous complaints about the dreaded islands, the final project looks fantastic, and more importantly, it is a safer corridor for pedestrians and vehicles. Thanks to Jim Dean for never giving up on this and for attending a meeting with the members of the Pearl River Fire Department, the traffic engineers, and me to explain the project and respond to concerns raised by the fire department, and for justifying the importance of this project so that I could defend it when called upon, which was, unfortunately, way too often. And speaking of Jim Dean, we saw the completion of the Homes for Heroes Green Infrastructure Biodetention Basin and Perimeter Walking Path. If you have not had the opportunity to get over there, I strongly recommend that you do. It is off of Western Highway behind the former military homes. Wait for a beautiful spring day and take a walk, making sure to observe all the beautiful plant life and birds as you go. It is really a hidden gem in Orangetown. And we saw the start of the construction of the new town hall. I have to acknowledge Supervisors Andy Stewart and Chris Day for recognizing the need for a new building, which will bring improved handicap accessibility, security, and energy efficiency, and will be a town hall that we can all be proud of. If all goes according to plan, we will be holding the next budget hearings in the new town hall room this fall. We are in the final stages of the long overdue comprehensive plan. This was started in 2020 with the hiring of planners and has been in the works since June of 2021. Although we had hoped to have it completed this year, the board recognized the importance of this critical document and is taking the time it needs to make sure we get it right. I'm just going to jump off script here because you may or may not have heard the governor gave her state of the state address today, and there was language about requiring certain housing back to what they had done last year somewhat, requiring certain towns to have a certain number of housing units, and also, and again, this is all in her state of the state, and we have to see what comes of it, but, you know, any municipality that has a train station would be required to do a TOD type within a half-mile zone of it. So I just want to comment from my perspective. You know, I've been very vocal about the need for different kind of housing styles and for our younger adults and things, but I am completely opposed to New York State dictating to this board what we need to do. We are the elected officials. We are a home state, you know, home rule state. And so you know, like Councilman Divvy said, I think there's going to be a lot of, if it comes to this, there will be a lot of legal wrangling over it. But I just, again, it just came down today, so I just wanted to make note of it, and that, you know, everyone should pay attention to that when they get a chance. So with that, I just want to thank the comprehensive plan members, members of the public, and various boards and committees that have participated in the process. It is not an easy one for sure, with many differing ideas about what is best for the future of Orangetown. But we need to recognize and appreciate that everyone involved is doing what they think is best for Orangetown, even if we don't all agree on what that is. I look forward to completing the comprehensive plan over the next few weeks and getting to work on some of the important recommendations set forth in the plan. Over the last few years, the town has been proactively applying for grants. I'm happy to announce a few of the grants we received in 2022. We received $74,000 for records management for the building department, $25,000 for the dissolution of South Nyack, $4 million for the Oak Tree Road and Route 9W intersection, $50,000 for cybersecurity, $200,000 for the Elizabeth Street Playground in South Nyack, $200,000 for the Franklin Street Park basketball court in South Nyack, $50,000 for implementing the new stretch code, $93,000 for DME for a telemetry grant, $81,000 from FEMA for Hurricane Ida, and $687,000 from FEMA for Hurricane Isa-Ia. I want to thank Allison Carden from my office, who has a future in grant writing if she ever decides to leave here. She has worked tirelessly with LaBerge Group and with our department heads to get these grants approved. And I hear her and I see her every day It's detail-oriented, it's documented, and she's on top of it. So thank you to Allison for that. And then I'd just like to mention some of the fun things I got to do as supervisor in 2022. So my all-time favorite was marching in the Pearl River St. Patrick's Day Parade. After being canceled in 2020 and 2021, it was my first time as town supervisor to march down Central Avenue, seeing so many smiling faces, happy to be there after COVID. I'm very much looking forward to doing it again this year. But I also got to drive around behind the Easter Bunny, attend the Beloved Sons of Italy Italian Feast, march in the Nyack Fire Department Parade, attend Pearl River Day, and attend several ribbon-cutting ceremonies, just to name a few of the fun things that I did this past year. But 2022 is over, and I'm looking forward to 2023 and what we still need to do better on. We need to do more when it comes to trying to reduce property taxes. While this board has consistently budgeted conservatively and stayed under the tax cap, we have more to do, as the tax burden our residents are facing is just not sustainable. We need to do our part to make tough decisions and to think outside of the box to find ways to keep a line on taxes. On this point, the PBA collective bargaining agreement expired at the end of last year, and the parties are about to engage in contract negotiations. It is time for us to ask for concessions from our police union, especially with regard to health insurance. Now, to be very clear, I have the utmost respect for our police department and our police officers and appreciate all that they do every day to keep us safe. I reject any suggestion that asking the union for reasonable concessions is somehow inconsistent with that. It is what I was elected to do, to represent all of the residents and taxpayers of the town. For this discussion, it's important to note that the cost of a family medical insurance plan will cost the town over $38,000 per employee this year, and that any CSEA employee hired after January 1, 2013 is required to pay 17% toward their insurance for the entirety of their employment with the town. Simply stated, there's something wrong when a new CSEA employee making less than $40,000 a year is made to contribute 17% toward their insurance, but our police, who are the highest paid employees in the town, do not. So I am asking this town board and the PBA to work together to reach an equitable agreement, one that is fair to the officers, to our CSEA employees, and to the taxpayers, taking into consideration the dramatic increase in the cost of health insurance to the town and the taxpayers. We need to do more about truck traffic in the town. The Town Traffic Advisory Board is doing its part, and I have been working with other elected officials, including our state representatives and village mayors, to address the issue, but there is more to be done. I will continue to lobby our state representatives and the New York State DOT to undertake a safety study for the Route 303 corridor, and upon completion of the comprehensive plan, to look at what actions the town board can take to reduce the amount of truck traffic on Route 303 and other roads in the town. We need to continue looking for opportunities for more open space in Orangetown. Tonight, the town board will be voting to approve an appraisal for the Olson Center, a waterfront property in South Nyack. Just think how wonderful it would be to have a waterfront park in Orangetown for all to enjoy access to the Hudson River. We are continuing to move forward with the help of the Orangetown Environmental Committee with engineering for a walking path around water on Lot 1 at the Rockland Psychiatric Center property. Before I finish, I want to recognize the town employees, because everything that is accomplished by the town is done not only by the help and support of the town board and the department heads, but also of the employees who work every day to keep your local government running. I also want to thank Allison Carden, Carmel Riley, Jeff Menchik, and Dennis Troy for helping me to do my job better every day. And thanks to all of you for listening to me. I wish everyone a healthy and happy 2023. Okay. Comments from the board? Anybody like to? No? Oh, no?
Well, I have to add on to what the governor of New York State said today. She's basically, trying to convert towns upstate on Long Island, anywhere outside of New York City, into a new city. Because this is what she says. Our investment in our world-class commuter rail lines have connected more people to jobs and created more thriving downtowns. That's why it makes sense to build new housing in these same areas. That's what happens in cities across the globe. But we're not a city. We're a suburban town, and that's how we like it. That's why people move here. But Hochul wants to make it so every town becomes a city. And this is what she said. So as part of the compact, any municipality with a train station will rezone the area within a half-mile of the station to allow for the creation of new housing within the next 3 years. Everyone should just be calling their state representatives their assemblymen, their senators, and saying, we didn't buy what you were selling last year, we don't buy it this year. We have home rule. We decide, the local government that was elected by the residents of this town, how this town should be developed and how it should be zoned. And that Hochul would suggest this just shows you she's, connected at the hip with liberals from New York City, and she wants to destroy everything outside of New York City. And that's all I have to say on that.
Okay. We are not having any public comment tonight, so we will move straight into the agenda items. Number one, we have the official undertaking for elected and appointed officials. Oh, did I skip that? Yeah, I'm rethinking it. No, I'm only kidding. Okay, so I guess my appointments, I don't know if I have to do anything. It's right there, my appointments. I'm just acknowledging it. Okay. So Jeffrey Benchick, Finance Director. Dennis Troy, Deputy Town Supervisor. Carmel Riley, Director of Economic Development and Tourism. Allison Cardin, Confidential Assistant to the Supervisor. And Mary Cardenas, our wonderful town historian. Congratulations or condolences. I'm not really sure, but. Okay, so then we'll move back on to item number one, official undertaking for elected and appointed officials. So, is there anything we need to? Just motion? There we go. Jerry, move, second.
I'll second.
I think Paul, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 2023 is the designation of marriage officers, which includes all of us and the town clerk. Can I get a motion?
I'll make motion.
Brian Donahue, second.
I'll second it.
Paul Valentine, all in favor?
Aye.
I just see it says that no salary. Do some people take salaries, I wonder? Some towns? Anyway.
I guess just to be clear.
Yes, just to be clear. 2023 is to designate the official newspaper for the town of Orangetown, which is the Journal News and the Rockland County Times. Oh, wait, it's the Journal News. Oh, and then we could if we want, we could do the Rockland County Times. Okay, motion? Jerry Batari,
I'll
second.
second.
Brian Donahue, all in favor?
Aye.
2023 is the designation of banking depositories for the town of Orangetown. Tom Divany, second.
Second.
Jerry Batari, all in favor?
Aye.
2023, I guess this is other banking depositories, but for the town clerk's collection of taxes. Motion?
I'll second.
Tom, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I like combine 6 through 9.
7, 8.
These are amending resolutions from 2022.
Yes, the things, okay. Okay, so we got a motion to amend, a second?
Amend and approve.
Okay.
Combine and approve.
Combine and approve. Okay, second?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
These are just amending resolutions we passed last year.
Okay, would you go through 9? Yeah.
Yep.
Is that what you went to? Okay. Okay, number 10, reappoint Register Vital Statistics to Rosanna Sfraga. Second.
I'll second.
Brian, all in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Records Management Officer Rosanna Sfraga for 2023.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Records Access Officer to department heads, to all the department heads, effective January through December. Motion?
Moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Deputy Registers of Vital Statistics to Teresa Setapew and Rima Del Vecchio for December, for this year, 2023. Motion? Tom
Second.
moved it, okay, and you second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint First Deputy Town Clerk Collector Joseph Thomason.
I'll make a motion.
Brian Donahue, second. Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Indemnification of public officers' employees. Motion? We want this one.
Second.
All in favor?
Second.
Tom seconded. If
Okay.
Paul moved it, Tom seconded. Oh, aye, okay. Yeah, authorize the town attorney to institute and defend legal actions on behalf of the town. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adopt the Town of Orangetown procurement policy for the 2023. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adopt the travel and conference policy for 2023. Jerry, Tom, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Accept a grant for this is a cybersecurity grant? Oh, geez, I went right by it, okay. Authorize, okay, this is the appraisal, right? Okay, authorize retention of Ackley and Hubble Appraisal Corp. for the appraisal, this is for the Olson Center property? Motion,
I'll make a motion.
second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Number 20 is the, basically the cybersecurity grant, which I believe our IT people obtained. Was that what, Allison, that's the IT one? Yep. Okay, motion? Tom, move, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Number 21, approve, authorize the town attorney to sign a settlement documents with regard to a tax certiorari proceeding for 53 Bird Realty. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
22, authorize the submission of an application to apply for a New York State Department of Transportation Bridge Grant. Motion,
I'll make a motion.
second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, okay, number 3, accept and receive file documents at the town clerk's office? Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the audit for tonight's meeting consists of 6 warrants for $2.6 million. Items of interest, 1 and 2, the applied golf contracts. Number 3, Atlantic Salt, $81,000 for highway salt purchases. On the third warrant, number 1, John Vance Motors, $45,000 for a demi vehicle, that's bonded money. Number 6, Axon Enterprises, $29,000 for tasers. Number 8, Capasso, $80,000 for recycling. Number 13, Fanshawe, $213,000 for new town hall electric. Number 15, Global Metello, $75,000 for fuel. Number 17, Joe Lombardo Plumbing and Heating, $62,000 for new town hall plumbing, bonded money. Number 24, Vanis, $690,000 for new town hall GC work, bonded money. And number 27, Lothrop, $83,000 for the new town hall, also bonded money. Any questions on the audit?
No? Motion to accept the audit?
Moved.
Tom Dimony? Brian
I'll
Donahue?
second.
You second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so do we have any new town business?
Yeah, Teresa, I'd like to bring something up. We've had discussions about trying to come to a resolution with the Cider Works, the Van Houten Cider Works. Based on my review, I think we should consider sending a CyberWorks proposal out to an independent planner on behalf of the town and see what their comments are. Once we hear back from them, we can figure out if we want to go forward or not. This would involve Van Houten paying for the cost, so it's no cost to the town. And again, they're an independent planner. But I'd like to put that on the agenda for the 24th. Is it the 24th?
Okay, so let me just ask a question, because so if they're paying for it, what are we really approving?
Well, it's approving, referring it out and accepting a,
Oh, so we would be the
Escrow,
referring?
yeah.
We would be referring, okay, so we're referring it to the planner, but they're giving us an
right,
escrow
we're,
favor.
in essence, we're contracting with the
retaining a-
planner, but they're going to reimburse us the cost.
Okay, and is planner somebody that we're choosing?
Yes. I mentioned it, I discussed it with LaBerge, who's worked with us on many things, including the South Nyack dissolution and some other items, so, and the South Nyack code change that came into the town, so that's who I would recommend sending it to.
So the question is to put this on for next meeting?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so, oh,
We don't need to take a vote on it, I guess it's just noted.
right,
Well, I guess you're asking for it to be on the next
That's
meeting.
correct.
For a vote, a resolution to
Okay.
approve that.
A resolution to approve, yes.
so just,
Nothing to do tonight, but
yeah, so you'll get language or whatever that we're.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now, I was not planning on going to executive session, but I think I saw an email that somebody wanted to go into, did you want to go, Paul?
My
No?
questions were answered.
Oh,
Okay.
I got another thing on their new business.
Uh-oh, they're out of control, no.
I want to reinstate for the next year outdoor dining. With all the, we got all these COVID cases coming down the pipe, and I just don't know what our governor is going to do, if she's going to make it so they shut down the restaurants again indoors. I think we should extend it. Clearly, we're not out of COVID, and it just gives the restaurants in the town the opportunity to make money if something goes down.
Okay, so you want that on for the next meeting? Or you want to vote on it tonight?
I mean, we've already voted on it for the last
Yeah.
3 years. I don't know why we can't just
Yeah,
do it tonight.
I know, I think, I have no problem with it. You know, I just think at some point we have to look to see if we want to make it something more permanent.
yeah,
I think
I,
this year we will, but, I mean, if you looked at the statistics, that COVID is running around and, you know, I know some school districts have implemented masks again, and I'm just saying, you know, we have a lot of restaurants that pay a lot of taxes in this town. I don't think it's that much
Yeah,
of an
the-
ask.
Here, no one's sitting outside this
Since
week.
we're in the middle of the winter, I
Yeah.
don't think there's a rush to do
Right, we should
this.
put it on
I
for
think
next
we should
meeting.
put it on next meeting in case someone would like to speak
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, and then we'll have a
Because
resolution.
if we're gonna do it, I'm not doing it because of COVID. There's nothing closed down because of COVID, not even in New York City.
I
But if
mean-
we wanna do it because we think it's a good
Well-
advantage to the town,
Well-
if I just, we did put in a provision in the town code that as part of COVID, when dealing with COVID, and part of the economic recovery from COVID, this is the type of thing that the board could pass. So there is authorization for it, not necessarily tied to maybe there's a shutdown, but, you know, as part of the recovery, which, you know, people are still going through. But it expired on the December 31st of '22.
Yep.
Again, I don't know if
Jane's out.
I don't know if anybody has really come
Asked.
back for permits or asked, but I don't know it makes a difference. Like you say, wait until
Well, we can
24th, I'll have
wait.
a
I just,
resolution.
I
yeah.
don't want to forget about this.
No,
Well, why
we'll put it
can't
on.
we extend it with considering the future? Just an extension for.
Well, last year, we did it for the year, you know, we extended it
Right,
until
I
December
understand,
31st.
But if we're looking for other things or other possibilities, if we extend it while it's being done, I mean, is it, to me, it's not a big deal to extend it 2 months, and over the next 2 months, we look and see what happens, and it goes.
Yeah, well, we'll put it on for the next, send an email you want to put on. We'll talk to Jane.
But we have the language. We'll just
Yeah, I think we
replicate
kind of
that.
winged it the last time. We just were like, put it on for a year.
Well, I have more
never
than
wing it.
enough faith in Rob's ability to come up with
To
something
wing
reasonable
something?
by next,
Okay.
for next meeting.
Okay, Rob, you're under the gun there, okay. Okay, so
not-
in that case, then, no executive session is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Eric says he needs to personnel.
Oh, he needs someone to help him work out.
So we are going to executive
No,
session.
I'm not. I don't even know what it's about.
Yeah. All right, make it quick.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go into executive session. We're not gonna vote on anything. We come out. We do have some adjournments. We're adjourning in memory of John Bertucci, a resident Pearl River. Stephen Darby, who's a resident Pearl River and is a personal friend of my family's. He was a 9/11 responder and died of a 9/11 cancer, so, very sad. His daughter got married 2 weeks after he passed away, and it was tough for the family, but good guy, and he will be missed. Warren Majewski, father of Orangetown Fire Inspector David Majewski. Robert Smitty Smith, a resident of Pearl River and a retired Orangetown police officer. No?
Yeah, Bob Smith started off, grown up in Pearl River, started off in New York City, transferred back up here to Orangetown. Loved being a police officer, as a volunteer fireman in Pearl River, lived in Pearl River, and he's just happy-go-lucky guy. He always had a smile on his face, would help out with anything. He will be missed.
And we have Dennis, you want to say something? We have Sister Ann Foley, Spark Hill Dominican.
Supervisors have honored some of the nuns that are in our community, and we have the Dominican Sisters in Blauvelt, and we have the Dominican Sisters in Spark Hill. My mother was in Thorpe for 17 years, and because of that, I had a lot of interfacing with some of the nuns over in Spark Hill. The one that stood out in my mind was the Sister Ann Foley. She ran the community center over there, the various programs that they had, and if she needed something, she would call me, or I would call her. And one of the things that I found, and I didn't know this until about a year ago, was that she was in the late 80s, as of right now. She did all this up until right before COVID, the pandemic. She was older than many of the people that were in Thorpe, working there, serving the members of our community. Just a great, great woman. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. Okay, so on that note, we will go. Okay, got that, executive
I make a
session
motion,
involving
we enter executive session, we will not return.
to discuss
I'll
the
second.
matter of personnel. And I don't even know what
All
it
in
is.
favor?
Oh, aye. I don't even know what it is.
Yes.